Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to read the book of Mark, chapter 2. Jesus forgives and heals a paralyzed man. A few days later, when Jesus again entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. They gathered in such large numbers that were no room left, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Some men came, bringing to him a paralyzed man, carried by four of them. Since they could not get him to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus by digging through it, and then lowered the mat the man was laying on. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralyzed man, Son, your sins are forgiven. Now some teachers of the law were sitting there, thinking to themselves, why does this fellow talk like that? He's blaspheming. Who can forgive his sins but God alone? Immediately Jesus knew in his spirit that this was what they were thinking in their heart, and he said to them, why are you thinking these things? Which is easier to say to this paralyzed man, your sins are forgiven, or to say, get up, take your mat and walk? But I want you to know that Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. So he said to the man, I tell you, get up, take your mat and go home. He got up, took his mat and walked out in full view of them all. This amazed everyone, and they praised God, saying, we have never seen anything like this. Jesus calls Levi and eats with sinners. Once again Jesus went out beside the lake. A large crowd came to him and began to teach them. And he walked alone. He saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, Jesus told him, and Levi got up and followed him. When Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the teachers of the law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with the sinners and the tax collectors, they asked his disciples, why does he eat with the tax collectors and sinners? On hearing this, Jesus said to them, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call a righteous, but sinner. Again, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners. Jesus, how is the John disciples at the disciple Jesus, how it is that John's disciples at the disciple of the Pharisees are fasting, but yours are not? Jesus answered, how can the guest of bridegroom fast while he is with them? They cannot go long as they have with them. But the time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, and on that day they will fast. No one sews a patch of unstrung cloth on old garment, otherwise the new pieces will pull away from the old, making the tear worse. And no one pours new wine into old wineskin, otherwise the wine will burst the skin, and both the wine and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskin. Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath. One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and as his disciples walked along, they began to pick some heads of the grain. The Pharisees said to them, look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath? He said, have you never read what David did when he and his companion were hungry and in need? In the days of Abiathar the high priest, he entered the house of God and ate the concentrated bread, which is lawful only for priests to eat, And he also gave some of his companions. Then he said to them, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. Okay, that's all. I'm gonna start to, I don't know when. Start next time. Three. Okay, bye.